Liberation Front. A few more surprises, who knows? More applause, please, for Pete. Okay. I'd like to introduce Maggie Oakey now. Maggie is a poet who lives in London. She's been often performing for us here at Dodo Model Close. I'm delighted to welcome her back. She's, as well as being a poet, she's a teacher and a translator. She's just been in Venice for a few days doing some translation. So it's a difficult job, but someone's got to go to Venice and enjoy the St. Mark's Square excitement and all the rest of it. So please put your hands together, please, for Maggie Oakey. Say when? Is that all right? Okay.
Okay. I'll start off with a fairly arresting image in that it really kind of spooked me out. I was walking through the tube, and I don't know if you've seen this this image. It's on seeing a picture of a brain on the tube. I'm calling this one. It spotted me, fixed me, like the eye of a madman who'd sneaked into a cathedral full of tourists for shelter, drilling me with his flinty offbeat rictus. I know you know. Maggoty grey slime tentacles. A brain cell is as beautiful as the universe. Strange similarity. Repeated pattern of nature. As if she could not dream up another. Though infinity was at her disposal. But this monster, symbol of vulnerability, of animal predictability, of fleshy food-like mundanity. This was my lowly dwelling of my soul. This is all I was. Okay. they're quite short, so you don't need to clap everyone. But clap as you wish to clap, sorry. Okay. Another one about the tube. So I spend rather a lot of time on the tube, sadly, and it all gets a bit Darwinian down there and a bit rough. So for my sensitive soul, anyway. So this is the tube. A carriage full of hearts and a truckload of souls. A track, a direction. It's all that we need. Fixed speed, no controls. Passive cargo, manners, embargo. Rush hour, frenzy feed, strap hanging chain gang, don't look, bad luck to read the next page on another man's book. Stand on the right way to survival, and the next station is none of my business, sorry, we're sorry to announce all change, any change, mate, all change, mind the gap. Mind the gap is in your mind. The gap is in the all change. Mind the gap is in your head. Okay. I try to keep up. I try to be scientific because I think that's what we're supposed to be in this age. But although I try, you may not discover any sort of achievement it's apparent, but I try. And this is called Fast Track. They've discovered the cause of everything. No more angels, no more legend, no more myth. Pray, if you like, to the gods who have died. Only science and money will answer your wish. The muse is a disconnected line now. Poor subscription made a costly call. Moving image, final defeat over lyric description. Who needs the essence when you could swallow it all? That's Fast Track. Okay, the next one is inspired really by my mother, and she sort of made a great virtue of being above everything, but I kind of admired her for it, really. It was a virtue, really. And this is called Aerial View. You didn't want to swim in the polluted sea. You only wanted to contemplate the purity of the crystal mountain source. and look heavenwards, in thanks for the nearness to the clarity of the sky, to view in largesse, noblesse oblige. Entrez while I'm speaking French. Come in. Yes, increase our audience by 10%.
Couldn't find you. Couldn't park here.
It's wonderful to have you. Wonderful. Okay. Again, inspired by my mother, Irish parents. Right. Link there. So, yeah, just the sort of Catholic thing of suffering. Through suffering comes good. Yeah. Okay, so it's a good thing, okay, to suffer, okay, but it creates great things. You'll see. This is called filtered through the oyster. Filtered through the oyster, all the dirt and all the strife. Filtered through the oyster, the pearl becomes my life. Filtered through the oyster, blind a pearly glow. Want to bask in beauty only. Every hurt has fixed its price. Let's move on. Okay. We've got next. This was intended to be a song, so it might even scan, so that's good. Okay. And this is about London. London, the image I quickly got of London was that it spun things outwards, and you had to hang on. We had a game when I was little. I grew up by the seaside in the northwest. And I think it was called the centrifuge. You had to hang on, and the game was that everybody would be thrown and battered and bruised. It's the 70s, so and no health and safety. And the winner basically was the one who held on the last, and there was no prize. And that seems a very good metaphor for London, because we all hang on, get battered and bruised, and there's not much of a prize. But don't think about that bit. Okay. And this is somebody who tuned into this and helped me a little bit with it. Centrifuge. And imagine it's a song. Why don't you do that? You can do that. Maybe give me a tune later. You gave me refuge from the centrifuge, from forces spinning out, from vortex, city, winner's title to the crazy guy, last hanging on but doesn't know why. No prize, bruised and battered, not beaten, not yet high and dry. Gave me refuge from confusion, from the forces of the game, from the roll call of illusion. You spoke true fortune's name, now there's refuge from the subterfuge. Stepping stones across the pain, there's bridge across the deluge. You have paved the way again. In search of sunlight to bright the dreary, and weary of the chore, we long for heroes to lead us onwards. We're frozen to the core. Can courage melt us all? Hearts so tired and sore. No map, soaked and tattered, not floundered, not yet living at death's door. Flung from plots and promises, from sick energy we'll flee. From the bond it now releases, from this day we'll both be free. Okay, yeah, just clap if you feel like clapping, or don't clap, it's all fun. Okay, this is about lying on the grass in a park, which doesn't sound so exciting, but it was quite exciting for me this time. I just got a moment. Do you ever get a moment and you just think time is nothing, you know, oops, I'm in one of those loops, or I don't know, they've discovered all sorts of things about time. I thought I'd discovered something about time in this. I called it freeze frame. In Kensington Gardens, I lay under a tree, looking up at the illuminated green leaf mosaic, and jigsawed against the pastel and the lime. My thoughts are stitched to a moment in time. Okay, that was my day out in the park. Okay, if you've ever been so upset that you know you need to stay in control, but if somebody just gives you a tiny bit of sympathy at that moment, you might lose it. You might just be very, very controlled. And just let go of the whole thing, and you know you're not supposed to, so you're just hoping and praying that you'll keep it together and you'll get sympathy, but not just now, okay? A balloon of bursting tears cannot float, but do not provide the action or release the pain too quickly. You might not be able to heal the form, to stop the train of deconstruction in time to save the shape assigned to this creation. A leaf of trembling fears, the blossom trying to survive, tries to thrive on the branch no longer alive. We are the branch. Don't think you can make it without us. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Okay, this is the situation where you fatally and stupidly say, I love you, and you think the answer is not going to be thank you, or something stupid like that. You think the answer is going to be the same thing, don't you? Okay, okay. So, hymne d'amour, or hymne d'amour. I love you, and you have to say it back. You're the second part harmony, and don't play your part. I love you is an echo's command. I love you. Cue the music, or I'm sacking the band. What's time doing? Are we okay? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, this kind of sends both people in the situation up, and I being one of them, that's fine. So this is my little jaunt to the Tate Britain. And I was accosted, really, by one of those clipboard ladies. Very nice. And anyway, this is my response in a way. I come here for the lofty peace, the vibration. It's like a church without religion. Enabled, I can gather my thoughts. There's no sense of hurry, rush, or need. Democratic. The affluence of treasure is shared amongst all those who appreciate it. Light and airy. I can think here. My mind can fly and float. I saw the lady with the name tag pause with her pen. She then wrote, not too crowded, against the box. Ipsos Mori would like to thank you for completing this survey, she said. A short one, or time for a medium one. Oh, just the age is choosing. Okay, okay. I'll end on this tone. Okay, so the gym, by the way, I have found is not particularly ideal for existential angst or worrying about the universe. They don't tune in, they don't appreciate, not the same vibe. Okay, but it strikes you where it strikes you, so anyway. You can weigh my kilos, count my laps, stretch my gluteus, extend my baps. I'm a human cyborg, attached to the pedal, burn the calories, bruise the saddle. But what of the me, the essence, the soul? What does it weigh as part of the whole?
Thank you. More applause, please, for Maggie. She could have probably done those poems in 4 different languages, of course, as well. So thank you for being here. And now we move on to